Hello everyone, Mr. Garino here. In the previous video, we set up our folder and got our PowerPoint slideshow presentation file started and saved to that folder. To start a PowerPoint slideshow, the main thing you want in your slideshow is pictures. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go get some pictures. So let me minimize this, and I'll minimize my Windows Explorer, and I'm going to open Google Chrome and go to Google and search for pictures. So the two places I like to go to on vacation is Cancun, although I've only been there once, but I had a lot of fun. I liked it. And Disney World, I've gone there lots of times. So pictures I look for are going to be one of the two. So let me just do Cancun first. So Cancun, click search, click images. Now obviously everybody knows how to do this, but something people don't always know how to do is when you hover over a picture, it tells you the size. This one looks nice right here, but it's only 540 by 360. So and something else I should say, we're not just going to copy and paste pictures into our slideshow as noted on our instructions. And the reason why we're not going to do that is if we copy and paste all the pictures and something bad happens to our slideshow, our PowerPoint file, it gets corrupted or something, we don't even have all our pictures saved. They're on the internet somewhere. So we want to save all the pictures. So if we have to rebuild anything, we don't have to go look for them again. We have them. Okay? And when we save them, we don't ever want to save this picture here. This is what we call a thumbnail, meaning it's just a link to some other picture, the bigger picture. So this one's only 540 by 360. If I click on that, it comes to here. Looks pretty good here. If I go to view image, you'll see right up here it looks pretty good. If I'm going to use this at this size on my slideshow, that's not so bad. But this doesn't look like a picture I would use to fly in and out. It looks like a picture I would use for my background. But my background's going to be 1920 by 1080. So this will have to be stretched significantly. And what happens when it gets stretched significantly? It gets blurry. So this is not a good picture to use. We don't want this one. So I'm going to close this out and say, no, I don't want this one. So how do we find big pictures? Well, you can hover over and see the size that's listed on the bottom. Or you can come up here and say more. Oop, no, not more. Tools, and go to size. And say any size, large size, medium. Icon would be little tiny things. Larger than, so I could put in this, or I can put in that. You can put exactly, but that's kind of restrictive. So I think I would just go to large. And you'll see that almost everyone here is going to be 1920 by 1080, more than that, or close to it. Okay, so you still want to look down below, but you don't have to scroll through all kinds of little tiny pictures. You pretty much got big pictures. So here's sort of that same one again, but it's not really that big. And here's a nice picture, not big enough. Here's a nice one, not big enough. Here's one that's huge. So if you click on this, it comes to here. Looks tiny over here, but again, we don't save the thumbnail. We don't save this. You always go to view image. And this is where you get the really big one. And even at home on my relatively fast internet with a pretty good computer, it took a little while to load because it's really huge. If I zoom in, it's gigantic. And then of course you right click, save image as, and go to your folder, not the downloads folder of course, but the folder where you're saving everything. Your name computer applications, your name PowerPoint, and then say save. If you wanted to make another folder in here and call it pics or images to save all your images in one folder, that would be okay. I don't know that you have to do that. Okay, and then you click save. Okay, so that's how you make sure you don't get blurry pictures. Now, inside my folder, I already have a bunch of pictures. Or rather, I should say, inside my folder, I'm going to put a bunch of pictures because I don't want to waste your time watching me save pictures from the internet. So I got lots of pictures here, some things I've done in Photoshop for this training that I'm about to make and go further on with other videos. So a quick illustration of what I mean by what happens with blurry pictures. So we're going to, in a subsequent video, we're going to look at how to format this background and do some cool effects on it. But right now, for just a quick thing, to show you what I mean by blurry pictures. let me go here. I right clicked, format background, and I'm going to go to picture or texture fill, click the file button, and go to my folder, and I've already saved some pictures as I said, and I'm going to put this picture in and say close. If I say apply to all, every single one of my backgrounds will have this picture, and I don't think you want that. So be careful you don't say apply to all. Just click close. I'm going to go to my next slide, right click, format background, and again, don't choose any one of these just yet. We'll get into that in a later video, but I'm going to go to picture or texture fill, click file, and I'm going to click this picture and say close. And now to see my slideshow, you can go to slideshow, from beginning, from current slide. Also down here, you have different things to view. The normal view, which we're in now, slide sorter, the reading view, and then right here, slideshow, which this button always starts from the current slide. So we don't want to start from this slide anyway. We're going to start from this one. So I'm going to go down here and click this button, and look at this picture. It's absolutely horrible. I mean, yuck, right? So I'm going to go to my next slide, and look at this picture. It's basically the same, almost the same view of Cancun. Look how much more crystal clear it is. So I think you don't want this. I think you do want this. Enough said on the blurry pictures. Make sure you save ones that are big enough to look clear. Don't save the thumbnails. Don't save the little things. And as far as the background and formatting that and doing other fancy things with it, we'll look at that in the next video. For this one, I just wanted to show and make sure everybody ensures that their slideshow does not have blurry pictures. It's one of the worst things you can do, is to have blurry pictures in a slideshow. It just makes it very yucky. Thank you.